Yo, yo. All right, let's just get started with the VOD review here. Some fire shuffles. All right, I think it's Ellie Mage into Red Hunter, Surf Hunter. I think it's Ellie. Happens here. We plus red first global. But do we? Yeah, we do. Crosses. Keep. Think he sacks it. Gotta get used to the UI first. I like your UI actually. It's really clean. Proc cauterize already. Get PS'd. All right. First things first. Let's go back here. You bust really early compared to me. I don't usually send bust. So you send one Phoenix Flame, one Fire Blast, and press bust. Okay, so first things first, if you want to min max, we have what talent is it where you bust? It's the spontaneous combustion. When you bust, it gives you all your Fire Blast and Phoenix Flame charges back, right? So I like to do a little bit of damage before I bust first, like use all my Fire Blast and Phoenix Flames. And then when I have no more, then I bust because then you're getting value, right? Like you're using all of you're getting more Fire Blasts in the entire game. So I'd recommend like sometimes by doing your normal damage, you get like Roar Sacrifice out of the way, for example, even. So I recommend, yeah, sending your charges first, maybe getting a sheep on the healer and then busting. I think you do it a little too early here if you truly want to min max, because yeah, you're losing out on a lot of charges. And again, like you can maybe get a Ross out of the way first. It happens a lot in Shuffle where they Ross really early, and now when you bust, you don't have to worry about Ross because I'm sure you know already, but Ross, Roar of Sacrifice, the pet sack, makes that target immune to crits, and this ability right here actually hard counters fire mages. This ability right here is actually like it counters fire mages more than any other class because your rotation relies on critting. You have to get 2 crits in a row to get a hot streak, and now you have to swap on Ross. So what I actually like to do, aside from doing my first bust a little late, is I like to bust on the target that I'm not going, force Ross, and then swap the other guy. So right here, let's say if you're going red and they have Ross, then I will bust the hunter, make him Ross himself, and then I'll instantly swap the ret. You don't want to keep attacking the target that has Ross because like look at you can't get crits, right? You're not able to chain hot streaks. The only time I will try to kill through Ross is if they're already low HP. And or I have hyperthermia, because if you have hyperthermia proc, you can still spam pyros, right? Even if they don't crit, because you get free pyros. But outside of that, you're actually losing a lot of damage by not getting crits, and you're losing a lot of extra hot streaks if you're fire blasting and losing the heating ups and hot streaks. So again, number one, try to use more of your charges. It doesn't have to be all 5 of them, but more than 2, I would say. Bust a little later and try to bust one target and instant swap on the Ross to the other. And best case scenario, you get Ross for free first, and then you get a free bust after. Because yeah, Ross is just so annoying as fire mage. It's one of the most annoying. It's actually one of the most annoying things. During the window where you're like using your first few charges of Phoenix and Fire Blast, you can start positioning yourself to get a sheep as well, right? I think I don't know if you always do it, so we'll have to see. But and then it kind of sucks. You have to cut block this early. Let's see. So you alter high. You already ported. You would shield here. Oh, okay, you wall. Good. Shield. Okay. Nah, I see. Let me go back a bit. Yeah, I would just shield a little earlier. Like after the alter back, shield at the same time. Alter back, shield. Okay, you got kicked fire. That's why. I would shield here first. You G invis and shield. I generally think it's better to shield than G invis. Situational, but I think shield first is better. And then right here, I would mass barrier as well. Just because you need to, because your healer is getting spider stung, and then that could maybe save you from procking. Maybe. I see you did it on the cot proc. That's fine. Mm. Let's try to. I would try to spell steal a little more too. Notice how you have like a full mana bar almost. You can utilize. Think of your mana bar as spell steal charges. 1 spell steal, 2 spell steal, 3, 4. Um, it's just spell steal charges. So make sure you utilize them because you can get freedoms off and they'll trash buffs. And then if they do freedom, you can instantly get it off because you pre-clean them as well. Keeping slows up. I don't know if you're playing slow, but fire, since we're not playing Frost Fire, we're playing Sun Fury, right? We don't have any slows, so specking slow and slowing them while kiting them is quite important. Just having like good uptime on slow. Like I actually have slow 1, 2, 3, so I'll like a lot of times I'll like slow arena 2, slow arena 3 as I'm kiting, and then continue doing damage. Especially if my third guy, if my teammate doesn't have a good slow either, definitely worth it. All right. It does seem like you're getting good value with your Phoenix Flames and Fire Blast rotation, though. You're not like over capping on hot streaks, if that makes sense. Okay, you alter there and get crypt. That's good. You alter back. Yeah, good shift here. You're shifting. You have no Phoenix Flames or Fire Blast or Bust there, so you shift back all your Fire Blast and you have Bust so soon. I would recommend tracking Roar of Sacrifice over here because then you know you can play around it more. Because again, Fire gets hard countered by Ross, so playing around it is quite important. Like if you know they don't have Ross and you have Bust coming up, then you can just bust the kill target. If they do have Ross, then you can know to CC the pet too. A lot of times, hunters, not always, but a lot of times they actually play Beast Pet. So you can even sheep the pet and bust, and it covers Roar of Sacrifice. They can't Ross while the pet's CC'd. A lot of them play Undead Pet though to make it immune to poly, but you can also ring it. Nice, good bust. Yeah, just make sure to be conscious about Ross. It is a big cooldown. You wouldn't worry about it that much as Arcane or Frost. You don't really care about it as Arcane or Frost, but Fire, you have to care about it. Alter back. Oh my god, you alter back there, but because of dampening, it heals for like nothing. So sad. Yeah, it sucks because you don't have caught here and no shoe. You actually had nothing out, no buttons except block. So lucky it happens though. Oh, in terms of target choice, you could go either or here when fighting Red Hunter. I personally really like going Reds though. Like usually if there's a red, I like going the red. Unless like the other targets like a Destro Lock or Marksman Hunter or something that you need to stop from casting. Usually I like going the reds a lot. And I would try to, as fire, you actually have to push in for CC, I think. Because like fire's damage is not bad, but you can't win on damage alone. I feel like in this current season, the current state of the game, you can't really win on damage alone. So you have to abuse your DRs a bit more. I find that I go on get more wins when I'm pushing in for CC off DR. And unlike Arcane, you can actually afford to push in for CC a lot. So yeah, I'd recommend trying to do that a little more. Like the way Ring of Frost, you have Ring of Frost, and the way time manipulation works, you can actually get a lot of CD reset on Ring of Frost and Mass Poly. Like the fact you can Mass Poly through pillars, like pre-casting and shimmering at the end, it makes it like so huge for getting CC as fire. So like right here, we're playing a little passive. You see, like we should be on the healer a little more. Okay, the hunter just dies randomly, so that's good. The Phoenix did work there. But yeah, I would also try to rotate polys on the off target more too, to slow down the game. Like whoever if you're going the hunter there, for example, just try to sheep the ret more. Sheep him again on the spell, sheep him quarter, maybe depending on the situation, and then knock him away from you. Just abusing DRs a little more. So yeah, we bust first global here, right? I mean, it's not the worst, but I think you can get a little more damage out and maybe get some free cooldowns. like I said earlier, sometimes I get like micro defensives out of the way, and I go on DR. They put me on DR. Then now when I bust, I'm on DR, whether it be a stun DR or whatever. So it's harder to shut me down on bust. You know what I mean? Like you could get shit rolling without having to bust third global. It could be your 15th global. Good extra spell. Good Hajj. Ooh, he quarter trap. Let me go back here. Okay. Yeah, we do get a sheep here early. That's good. Ideally, you like sheep and then bust though, right? In a perfect world, you sheep and then bust, but it's not gonna always happen. But you will force more that way. And the game is like attrition, so you want to try to get as much out defensively as possible every combust, right? I don't think we forced that much this bust. Was it maybe just PS or? It always sucks when you play with a hunter and they like mess up your poly DRs because they're not looking at poly DRs. In the quarter trap does happen, but again, like I would try to sheep the off target more here. Like here, going red is good because I think going Ellie doesn't really shut down their damage that much. For example, like if you go a Destro, going them shuts down their damage a lot. If you go a Marksman, going them shuts down their damage a lot. But an Ellie is all instant. Whether you go them or not, I feel like they do the same amount of damage. So like going the red is fine here. But I really would like to see you sheeping the Ellie more, slow down the game. And also like killing Totem of Wrath is really high priority as well. That increases the damage they do a lot. So always try to kill Totem of Wraths first thing. Like think of it like a Siphoned. It increases their go damage by quite a bit. You get Rost here. This is also a really good map to look for ice walls. I don't know if are you playing ice wall? I don't see it on your action bar, but as fire you should 100% play ice wall. Because ice wall. Oh wait, did they change it? I swear ice wall used to be 1 minute CD for fire, but I guess they changed it. It's 1.5 same. But regardless, ice wall is so good, especially on this map that we're playing right now. I like to play on this side of the map because walling this angle, it actually shuts this angle down completely, or like even here. So I like to drag if it's a melee that's going to me, I like to drag him to this side of the map and look for wall angles. Like abusing this side is way better because the other side you can't fully close off because it's too big. But yeah, these angles are good. So like doing like laps in a matchup like this on this map, doing just playing downstairs and kiting like in this pattern, and then looking for ice wall cutoffs in this area while their healer is still behind. Like let's say the red is right here, and this is you, red mage, enemy healer is right here. Oh shit, sorry. You can cut him off, and then it is a disc, so he has a master spell, right? But like another play you can do, which I'm sure you know already, is you ice wall. The red's there. The priest starts casting MD. You cancel the wall and CS him on MD. And then if you have enough damage going at the time, then you can force a bubble like that. CSing him on wall like that is good on the MD. But yeah, abusing this side of the map and looking for ice walls it's some of the best thing. You love this map as a mage if you can play this side of the map. I find playing on this side is the best in almost every scenario, aside from as opposed to playing like upstairs or even the right side. Yeah, I don't know what talents you're playing, but 100% play Ice Wall. You actually close out so many games with Ice Wall. Like I out of 100 shuffle wins, like at least 15 or 20 of them are because of Ice Wall, or more even for me. So, and I'm pretty sure Ice Wall gets CDR'd. No, maybe I'm wrong. Does it get CDR'd by time manipulation? I actually don't know. I feel like I should know this. I'm gonna just test it real quick here. I have the Ice Wall out here. I don't think it does. That'd be too good, right? Oh my god, what just happened? Oh, in my valve port. I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't. But time manipulation affects Ring of Frost and Mass Poly. A really cool thing, a cool tech you could do. Maybe you might know it, but if you don't know, time manipulation, every Fire Blast reduces the cooldown of your CC abilities like DB, Ring of Frost, and Mass Poly. Let's say you get rebuked on Ring of Frost, right? Like you were locked out for 3 seconds. If you Fire Blast, the CDR of the lockout resets too. So you get kicked on Frost, you can Fire Blast and then instantly Ring of Frost again. And same with Mass Poly. Let's say you try to Mass Poly and you get kicked. You press Fire Blast and now you can instantly cast it again. It actually CDRs your lockout, which is one crazy thing about this talent and DB and stuff as well. So, well, I guess, yeah, well, you would be locked fire with DB, I guess. But yeah, it's really OP tech, something to play around as well. You bait kick and then cast it again. Mass Poly is so OP for fire too. I don't know if you're playing it because I don't see it on your bars, but you for sure should play Ice Wall Mass Poly. There's so much you can do. Let me go back in this game a bit. Yeah, this game's kind of rough. You block there. Not much left. They still have Dome and Bubble. Yeah, see this Totem of Wrath? This has to die. This, I don't know how much damage increase it is, but this makes them hit way harder. From last time I checked at least. Maybe they nerfed it since then, but that's an important totem to kill. I think it dies in 1 Fire Blast, so it doesn't require a lot of resources, but don't let that shit sit up. But yeah, I think it comes down to utilizing the map more and playing Ice Wall. It's gonna go a long way there. And sheeping the off target more. And more laps. Like I don't think we even did 1 full lap around this pillar. Like I would have done like at least 3 whole laps around this while kiting if I decide to go ret. And if they're going you, your hunter can go for traps, right? And then you just play a little more defensive. Like here, same thing. Yeah, there you go. You have the right idea here. You're going towards the right side of the map. It kind of sucks that he just lined your bust though. Let me see. See, this is what can happen when you bust too early as well, right? That's really shitty. Let the game play out a bit. Like let the game happen a little bit more. Once they commit their position, then you bust. That's really low value bust there. It's unlucky. But I mean, they hadn't committed yet. Yeah, you're playing on the right side of the map now. Like you guys are a bit split, but precog, nice. Keep the healer off this. And right here, it'd be good to like Ice Wall right now. Like as the healer sheep, it'd be good to like Ice Wall this angle. And then bust, you know? While the healer's sheeped. That's what you're like guaranteed to force so much more. Like that actually would have been my first bust was right there. But I know I see you have bust back already in a minute. That's the nice thing about bust with this build is it farms back so fast. But you still want to make sure your first bust is value, right? Like the amount of CDs you force during your first bust is pretty important. And like regardless, you'll farm it back. It's not like you're not going to get a second bust. Regardless, you'll get it back. It becomes a bit awkward playing up here to get CC on healer. I actually hate playing up here sometimes, but I think in this scenario it can be okay. I think you could probably like mass poly through pillar, but again, I don't know what build you're playing. We're gonna take a look. Ooh, go back a bit. You have gotten a lot better at trading your defensive since we last reviewed, though. Well, I would have displaced right here earlier because you did have it and shield, displaced and shield back to where your healer is. But in general, like you definitely press your altar, your shield, and displace like way better than when I reviewed you a year ago. So it's good to see. when I'm VOD reviewing a lot of mages, I'm usually breaking down their defensive rotation a lot. But we went through all of that, right? We went through all of that in previous sessions, so it's good that I don't have to. Let's see what happens. Hunter just died. Yeah, it becomes really awkward now when you start playing up here. Let's see what happened and like why it ended up being up here anyways. Yeah, the heal, yeah. So like a lot of times I will actually before the gates open on this map is I'll type let's play big pillar downstairs. I'm gonna do laps and I'll tell the healer do laps with me and they're like okay, and then we're all on the same page. And I don't always say it, but especially at lower Memoir, I also remind them because like a lot of healers at lower Memoir don't know how to play, right? Like I find most of the time just playing downstairs and doing laps on the big pillar is just the safest and most in your favor in terms of kill windows. Because like if you keep doing laps, eventually you're gonna find windows where you have an ice wall and they're committed on you and you can cut them off, right? And like if you ice wall and they're not both the enemies aren't breaking it and the healer has no way to go through, like you force so much. Like there's so many. I can't count the amount of times I've won games ice walling right here with both DPS stuck over here. They're not killing the wall and the enemy healers over here, and our whole team is right here. And we force a wall, we force bubble, we force this, we force magic pop, we force everything. Now they have nothing because the healer's like running around this way trying to get back to them, you know? Obviously in this case they're gonna have massive spell, but I'm just saying it's you have to look for them. Start playing Ice Wall every game after this and slow and mass poly. The amount of games you win with mass poly is crazy too because mass poly you can again, like if it's out of your line, you can start casting it and then shimmer as it goes off to get the poly. Like let's say the healer is right here. Let's say the healer is behind this pillar, right? You can start casting mass poly right here. Start casting and then shimmer right before it goes off. So then a lot of times they don't see it coming. They're not even, and it goes through grounding as well versus Arshams because it's AoE. It's like a Ring of Frost. And a lot of times they don't see it coming because you're doing damage to these guys, you're doing damage, and then you mass poly shimmer, and they won't even death or fade it because it just happens so quickly. And you can also mass poly one and sheep one too. So it's kind of like a Ring of Frost where you like one's rung and one's sheep. You could do the same thing with mass poly. You cross the off target and mass poly the other, and now it's a 3v1. And you can re-ring that one into half ring and then half sheep the other one. So it's just a 3v1 for like 9 seconds, you know? Or better yet, you mass poly all 3 of them and then kill one of them into a double ring, half ring on 2 of them. There's so much valuable things you could do into a knock, into an ice wall. Yeah, the fact that it goes through grounding is something to note as well. You get kicked on mass poly, you just fire blast, cast it again. Like these little techs that you do as fire is what closes out games and is the difference between like a 2400 fire mage and versus like 2-7, right? Like these little things. And again, I need to see you probably sheeping the off targets more. Like even though they're not going you right now, you can relieve the pressure and slow down the game by sheeping the hunter more here, for example. If you're going Ellie, just sheep the hunter more. Because like you have to slow down the game. You could be helping your teammates not press a defensive when, you know, not have to overtrade and you guys can last longer. Because like sometimes mages like coach will say, oh, okay, I've taken your advice and I started trading better, but now like my teammates keep dying. That I'm not dying, but my teammates keep dying now. So, and usually, you know, you look and it's because they're not rotating DRs enough. And like here, it's a bit harder to get sheep on healer because it's an Ellie. Like Ellies are very disruptive, right? But like if you play on top of them a bit more, I think like the windows will open up. I know it's hard sometimes because there's just so much damage going out that like you can't play in the open. But sheeping off target is going to help relieve that. And obviously, if you're fighting like an MM Hunter and Destro Lock, you need to pillar way more. It's also comp dependent. But like here, I think you can afford to play on top of them more and just sheep the off target more. Because like here, I haven't seen you sheep the off, like sheep the one of the DPS in forever. Because like normally, like an Ellie or a Serve Hunter are gonna out damage you, but they don't have spam polys like you do. So I find that I think I said it earlier, but I find that you need to get CC to win as fire. Oh, that was really close. That was good. We rotated 3 polys there. Ooh, oh, it's so close. I would shift right there during my precog so I can shift my blink and shield back. I guess you just shielded there. Nice. You sheep the hunter there. That's good. You need to do more of those. We can sheep the priest. That was the first sheep on hunter in a long time though. Hunter's playing disarm and disarming you. It's intense. Shield. Alter low. Yeah, at this point you kind of alter just for the blink. Yeah. At this point you just alter for the blink. Yeah, I mean you're just dead here. Your healer's in a trap. But it just comes down to like, oh, it's a bunch of things coming down to this moment, right? I think, yeah, it just comes down to managing DRs more. You have to be a little bit more of a polybot, a little bit more. Historically, there's been seasons where you don't need to sheep as much. You just spam damage, and that's how you play and win and shuffle. But this is not one of those seasons. You need to abuse sheep way more. Sometimes I start sheeping the kill target. Sometimes the kill target walls or like gets PS or something, and we're taking so much damage, and I can't sheep the off target because he's already on DR. I start sheeping the kill target and knock him away, and then I'll sheep the, if it breaks, I'll just sheep it again, sheep it 3 times. Especially with dampening, sheep's not going to heal them to full that quick as well. So, but obviously, I'm not going to sheep the kill target if it's really low HP. It's usually like if they're high. But like right now, yeah, I would look to like get some DRs going. Like right here, I know you're not playing it, but I would start casting Mass Poly right now, right here, and then look to Shimmer, get it off, or Juke a Shear first, and then Shimmer, and you can maybe Mass Poly both of these as the sec ends, and go Shaman, and then double ring them DR off of it, and then your priest can get a fear off, and you start forcing so many cooldowns here. Gotta look for windows. Or like even up here, like eventually if they get cut off, you can ice wall like this angle right here. It sucks because you're not using any of the tools that open up windows to win the game, right? You're just like, I feel like the way you're playing is you're just like a damage bot, occasionally sheeping and trying to win on attrition, like pure damage, but it's not going to be enough sometimes because you don't have enough damage to win purely off damage as a fire mage. I mean, with enough dampening, right? With enough dampening, sure, you can win with just damage. But like, the point is, you want to have forced everything or like most of their defenses before you get that deep into dampening, right? Because there's a high chance they force everything from you guys before high dampening, and then you eventually lose. So like, setting yourself up to be in a good spot in the future when dampening does kick in goes a long way. And that's gonna happen by opening up these windows and forcing the bubble and the wall and the burrows like early before it turns to like 70% dampening. Just there's so many more windows you could be opening up right now. Like I'm seeing so many ice wall opportunities, so many double mass poly opportunities, so many sheep opportunities on not just the healer but the off target. So these things, if you start utilizing these things, you will go up 200 CR from where you are right now. I guarantee. Because I don't think your damage is an issue. I think your damage is fine. I would during hyperthermia, I would try to like min-max pyros though too. Because your hyperthermia, every pyro you do, is that hyperthermia? Is that it right there? I think it is, right? I don't use this weak aura, but every pyro you do is more damage, right? So like it's #1 pyro actually to get pyros out during hyperthermia. Unless there's like a really obvious sheep window. And also, yeah, Scorching, every time you get the proc is pretty high prio as well. Yep, so you shoot, you block there. Yeah, just every time you go upstairs, shit starts crumbling. You notice that? It starts going downhill every time you go up there. It's become so awkward. It's like it's actually nicer for the Ellie to be up there. So you can stop, and the enemy healer has a pillar, and then he has a Ellie sitting between you and the healer, and going through grounds and shears while they just play. Oh, an ice wall right here would have been so amazing, right? Right here, and you just cut off the Sham, force wall, force burrow. There's too many ice wall opportunities not being utilized. And knock, like a knock here would be good too. So far, your Phoenixes are getting a lot of value, so that's good. I'm sure you know, but like the way you're facing and where you press bus is like really important. But yeah, I think you could have like 5-1 this lobby. I think you could have 5-1 this lobby if you utilize the things I was just talking about. Definitely like not the worst lobby for you. Not the best, not the worst. Ellie's are kind of annoying. I get that. This lobby, it's Red Hunter War. Okay, this is not a bad lobby for you either. You probably noticed, but like a lot of lobbies have at least a Ret and a Hunter, right? It's very common. If not 2 Hunters or 2 Rets, you gotta get used to that. Here, I would try pressuring the Hunter a bit, but ultimately you probably end up swapping Warrior and you do laps and hit closest and do laps and laps and laps. I know I sometimes repeat myself a lot, but it's just because like the concept that I'm trying to talk about is very important and I need you to understand and drill it into your head so that way you can implement them. Something it's a good reminder. If I repeat myself a lot, stress the importance of it. So right here, let's see where's your buffs? Okay, right there. Where does he PI? He PI. Oh, he PI's a Hunter maybe? In stealth? So right here, you could literally ice wall right now. Oh, my Q popped. You could ice wall right now. Like let's say like I didn't even bust yet. I sent all my Fire Blast and Phoenix Flames. I ice wall this. The priest starts MDing. You cancel the ice wall, drop it in CS, the MD, and then press bust. So now the priest is locked wholly, and you're pressing bust on a warrior over here, and he probably has to wall. And then you can DB ring, and then you can DB ring the healer as the lockout ends, and then if you get kicked on ring, then you poly. And then like now you're like killing the war through wall, and he's probably really low. Like that's such a good opener right there. But instead, like, what do we do here? We blink into the warrior, which is not ideal. You get chastised. I would attempt to. You haven't busted yet. This is actually fine that you haven't busted yet. But I would attempt to steal this holy ward. You can steal it and have it for yourself, and then go for like a DB sheep. That's what I would do. You can maybe even double DB, like stack them up right here, get them together, come here, bring the warrior here, get the ward as you're positioning, double DB, and then ring and blink away so you don't get kicked, and then bust the warrior. And then if he charges you there, if you didn't ice wall earlier, if he charges you there, then you can look for an ice wall cutoff again. This is the best place to play right now. It's actually the best. But like you're not gonna be yeah, because like you're just letting the ward sit out. It's really good to steal because then you get the benefit as well. Like right there, he wouldn't have been able to fear you because holy ward. You sheep the war. And then just abusing Novas on BM pets is really huge. Like I play BM Hunter 2 now, and having your pets rooted is so annoying, especially after they've Bestial Wrath, because Bestial gets them, that's their main CD, that gets their pets out in Novas, I think. But after that, you just Nova them and like ring them, and again, you farm your ring back with Fire Blast anyways, and shift. It's very good. It slows down a lot of their momentum and pressure, and then like if you're going war here, you get wall, it's good. And then you can like either just keep doing laps or play on top of them more. That's a good Nova. The Hunter's taking damage here too. That's good. Hyperthermia. I would play a little more aggro. Like I would actually just if I have altar and shields, like you can afford to play on top of them a little more. Priest nice. You got a sheep, you trinkets. Like sometimes it's really good to just play on top of them and gas pedal if you have buttons to trade. Like just establish dominance and gas pedal them. Even versus hunters, like it's actually sometimes better to gas pedal them than to just keep running. Again, it just if you have no buttons, don't do it. But nice sheep on the Hajj right here. Okay, well Warrior's a better target here because he has no wall, but Death is blind, I think. Ooh, sketchy. I mean, Hunter has no turtle either. Oh no, he actually didn't heal you at all that whole time. Damn, he's just not healing. Crazy. And so right here, I mean, Hunter has no turtle. It's sometimes okay to split as well. Like, because your Ret's going Hunter, you don't have to feel like you need to hit him as well. So, like, I mean, you still have block, I guess, but you have bust so soon, too. Uh, ooh. Yeah, it sucks that he has spear there. Yeah, even blocking here, blocking even high would be good because your priest gets trapped with no trinket. So like this is like, I mean it's an awareness thing, but in this moment, if he gets trapped and he has no outs, it's good to just block high because you're gonna have to block anyways, right? And this is like one of the. It just sucks because the hunter's so low. I mean your priest. I don't know what happened here, but he just couldn't top you. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, it's okay to sometimes. I mean, you shouldn't die there, but it's okay to just run and hit closest there and let the ret do its thing. And you just split and you hit the other guy, and he has no cooldowns anyways either. But I mean, that's weird. I don't think you should die there. Yeah, because of dampening, like the healer can't heal both targets. You're splitting. And like if you don't have a lot of defensives and you want to play safer, you just blink backwards and hit closest, especially like that because it's a little bit later in that round, right? The way you play changes depending on what phase of the game you're in. Like obviously, like the first 30 seconds in the game versus 2 minutes into the round when damping's really high, you have to be a little bit more reserved. Here, this is actually fun. Your hunter is going. Oh, sorry, your ret's going hunter. Hmm. This is awkward because the hunter gets to play up top and shoot you for free while you're just hitting into him. This is so awkward. And while the warrior's on you and the enemy healer is not in any CC. There's the Hajj. Maybe you should okay, storm bolts you. You should attempt the ring first on the fear right here. Attempt the ring. Yeah, I would attempt to ring early here to bait. Where are your kicks? I'm actually not seeing where his kicks are. Bait a stop or a kick, and then if you get kicked, then you can sheep. But ringing early here is really good. Maybe you get a double. Yeah, they're rooted right there. Like ringing both would be so good there. Let's see. Did you have to alter back here? You alter back early. Like there's 2 seconds left. So I would have attempted the ring here first, especially on this void tendrils route. Attempt it and then alter back because you have 3 seconds left on your altar. Because you want to keep the chain going. He's not on DR. Like you get a full sheep here, you probably force him way more right now. You need to keep it going. You can afford it here because even though you're getting a little bit lower, you can you can afford it here because you have shield coming back. If you get kicked, you could just shield alter back. Like a double ring there would have been massive. I would Nova the pets up here and jump down. Nova the pets here and then just jump off the ledge. That works too though. But yeah, we definitely need to get more sheeps on the warrior and the priest. Need sheeps. You just have to have a little bit of a mindset shift, I feel like. When it comes to the play style. Then after this review, I'd like to see you have like double the sheeps essentially. Or even like 2.5 times the amount of sheeps you're doing. Because let's rewind a bit. Let's look at warrior DRs and priest DRs this whole game. Rewinding. No, not a single poly DR goes out on the warrior or the priest for like, let's see how long. Okay, so it was right there. There's one. But like for almost 50 seconds, there was not poly DR. And you didn't shoot the warrior one time this game either. So like the warrior and the hunter got to play for free the entire time. They literally got to play for free the whole time. Like you have to make it more annoying for them, right? Like you have to make it so the warrior's like, oh my god, this fucking mage is so annoying. I can't play the game. You gotta like make him feel that way more. They're getting to have too much fun, is what I'm trying to say. You need to make them not have fun. Like right here, okay, that knock is good. I would even just DB sheep the war here. He charges you. I would DB sheep him, and then the priest comes in line to try to sheep him, and then you mass poly shimmer on top of him. And at this MMR, okay, he has a holy ward, but at this MMR they wouldn't even like death it in time probably. Again, like try. I mean, I know this is during your combust, so you don't want to be purging during your bust, but I wouldn't have even busted yet, and I would just purge this ward. And then now I have a ward during my bust, and I can get a sheep way easier. And having that holy ward buff on you during your bust is huge, right? Avoid 1 CC at least during bust. Like that's pretty high value getting the ward, I think. Not always. Sometimes you don't go for it because of the situation, but that early in the game when you have full mana bar, definitely want to just get it off. Again, you're going ward now. He sacks. Like here's another holy ward. You have mana. You have 3 charges of spell steal right now. You DB the war. I mean, this is fine. Going war is fine here. There's no wall, and the red already sacked. So I would like sheep the red. Like you need to slow down the game, right? You need to slow down the game. You need to sheep the red. Okay, that works too. Sheep the priest off the here. At that point, that's good. Maybe he dies here. Okay, there's a swap. You need to sheep the red now. Nice knock. Like with that knock, you can sheep the red without having to worry about kick. But that worked out. But yeah, need to sheep way more. It's like the damage in this game is so high right now, right? You can't just be face tanking 2 people permanently. It's too much damage. You're having to trade way more than you need to. You can like be a little conservative when you're slowing down the game that hard. You can like be conservative with your displace and your shimmers and altars and shields a little more, which adds up a lot in the end. Right here, priest trinketed. What did he trinket? Poly? That's good. You got a free sheep there. That's good. I would even DB as trinket and okay, no, you got Hajj, I see. Yeah, I wonder why you don't play Ice Wall and Mass Ball. When you hear this, send me on Discord a message when you hear this part. Let me know what the reason is that you don't play Ice Wall and Mass Ball. You just don't think it's worth it, or I'm just curious to hear your thoughts. Good. War has no wall. I like how we're cutting a little more around the big tomb. Like I'd like to see it happen a lot more, but you have the right idea. You have the right idea here. Yeah, hitting closest now. Get bust soon. Using your Scorch procs is good. Yeah, I don't think your damage rotation is an issue. Like I think you mentioned that your damage is low sometimes, but I think it's normal to get out damaged sometimes. Just your damage profile HUD works. I'm definitely not top damage all the time. Not even close. So you got bubble from the ret. Right here, I would just sheep the ret. I would sheep the ret, help your hunter by sheeping the ret. There you go. Like right here, you could sheep the ret again and then maybe mass poly the healer, right? Or DB sheep the healer. You put like right here, you could have pushed in with that. Enforce priest trinket or dome. Like I like to do that a lot. Sheep the off target, and then if I have DR for the healer, you cross that one too with DB ring or mass poly. Like abusing the fact that you can CC both with the ring and mass poly with regular poly. And that slows down the game a lot because now the sheep can't be dispelled off the off target. And on top of that, you can do a counter pressure go. Oh, what is your hunter doing? What is your hunter doing? No, he turtles. Why is he up there? They had a counter pressure window while peeling completely. It flips the tables, right? If you can cross both and then make it a 1v3. Well, I would like to see it's the fact that your hunter runs up there instead of just doing laps downstairs. It just shows that he doesn't know the best way to kite on this map. And then like your priest is an angel and he's just lining your healer. Like imagine if you just kited this way. Like this is so, and now you can't even hit them either. Like that's not what you, just take this as an example of like what you don't want to do either. If they're on you and kiting them like this is just terrible. You see how bad it is, right? Now your hunter has a turtle for no reason when your priest was an angel. Like your priest is so annoyed right now. Now they tab you. You have to block. Oh, this game is, wow, that's so bad. He also had Exil and Ross. That's so sad. I would be so annoyed if I was that priest. Why did he go up there? That's definitely really bad. Oh, his pet died and he panicked. He was trying to res it. It's definitely not where you go though. Okay, let's see. Need more polys. Need more polys on everything on the world. You know how there was actually seasons where you were like you would unbind poly. I remember there were seasons where it's like not worth to push in, but it's just, I'm not sure what changed. It's different now. I think it's just because of the way damage works. And see how you're like hitting into Ross right now? You don't want to be hitting into Ross. It's the worst thing to do as a fire mage. Roar of Sac right here, this right here. Just tab the hunter at that point. Because like if you pyro and fire blast, you're not getting procs from it. And you had 3 fire blast charges on there. You were just sitting on it because Ross, I think, but nice CS. You can go for a DB sheep on the healer on that MC. You kicked him and then you DB sheep off because 100 had no kick. See how you're playing a little too passive? Like you could have sheep priest there. I see a lot of opportunities. Again, just a mindset shift. Especially early in the game when you have every trade, like altar, shield, displays, mirror image. You can afford to do it. Yeah, novoing BN pets and sheeping the pets more too, because a lot of them don't play undead pet. Helps a lot. Shield soon, spam shield. Okay. An ice wall there would have been insane, right? Imagine an ice wall right now. This angle. Swap, oh, and you just die. Let me go back here, see what could have been done to avoid this. So like right here, like I said, you CS him, you should DB, blink DB the MC and sheep him. That's number one. And you sheep into ward there. Yeah, you want to DB first so you can't ward or purge the ward. Oh, you're just taking so much here now. Oh, you block any swaps, I see. Right here, I would have shielded first. You have shield in one. You could probably be greedy for the shield here. You don't have to block. And then blink away. I would shift here. Here's the Ross. Yeah, you gotta not hit into Ross. You actually dump all three. You dump all three of your fire blasts. Oh, you bust. Oh, and then you bust into Ross, bro. Oh my god. You actually busted into Ross here. Yeah, I don't think you know how this works, but this makes them immune to crit. And bust makes you guarantee crit. So now that if you bust into this, it makes it so that your bust is useless. So if you're gonna bust, you need to bust the hunter right here. And you need to right now when the ret gets Rost here. This moment when the ret gets Rost, and the warrior, you see the warrior swapping the hunter. You need to sheep the ret right here, sheep the ret, and then bust the hunter right now. This would be perfect. Sheep the ret, bust the hunter, and you actually live here. You could even sheep the ret, shimmer in with a mass poly, sheep everything: the pets, the zoo, the ret, the priest. If a lot of damage is coming out, you might catch him slipping. Like right now, a lot of damage is going out. The warrior's soloing the hunter. You double cheap these two, bust the hunter, you can die without turtling maybe. Or worst case scenario, you just live here. But the fact that you're busting and spamming damage into the ret is it's terrible because you're getting no value. You could have lived right here. Sheep the ret. Yeah, this is definitely like a death that shouldn't have happened. And right here, I would have displaced back to my healer as well. I noticed this on the first watch, but displace back and then shield back to the healer. You can still live here because you would displace over here somewhere. And then port away from the red at least. And then you need to shift earlier as well. But right here, you're like lining your healer for such a long period of time. Like there, like displace, then you have another shimmer back. So from here, you would displace here, and then from there, you would shimmer over here. And then the ret gets speared over there. You can shift everything back here. So even after all these mistakes, you can live through this as well. It was just a sequence of like many mistakes for that death, offensively and defensively. I never want to see a combust into a Ross unless they're super low. But even then, like it's really bad to do. It's the worst thing you can do as a fire mage, busting into Ross. You'll see you just get no procs and do no damage. Okay. And again, just bossing way too early. You'd be getting so much out for free with a bit of momentum. Like I don't think I've seen you sheep the healer then bust. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like here, I'll tell you what I would do here. Like the hunter, they already PS'd. Like right here, you don't even have to bust, you get a PS right here. Like he was gonna PS even without bust here because of spear. So right here, I would Phoenix Flame Fire Blast Pyro, Phoenix Flame Fire Blast Pyro, Fire Blast Pyro, sheep the red, and then blink DB sheep the like as I'm sending all my instants, I position like one blink away from the healer. I will sheep the red, blink DB, ring the healer, and if I get kicked on ring, I will mass poly. And now the red is sheep, then the priest is mass polyed. And then if the PS is still going, then you just bust the red. And then if he Rosses the red, Roar Sacrifice, then you can swap back Hunter because he Ross the red, and the PS is probably ending on the Hunter by then. And now you have CC on the healer, and you're busting a target that has no Ross, and you've already gotten PS for free, and you get a clean bust with CC on the healer. Need more CC on healers before you bust. TLDR. Doesn't have to be always, but it needs to be way more than I'm seeing because I've watched almost 12 rounds now, and I haven't seen you do it one time, so it's definitely not enough. You can't go 6 rounds without doing it one time, you know? You play too passively is the problem. You got to be more proactive. And sheeping off targets will allow you to be more proactive because it slows down the game and you're not taking 20 million DPS. I could even review like one of my games as well that I played, like a 5-1 or 6-0 or something, and show you like my gameplay and commentate over it. I think that could be valuable as well. We'll keep watching this for now though. But I do really like your UI though. It seems very efficient. Like your action bars are so clean. Definitely made a lot of improvements to that. Let's go back here. You need to displace there. Displace. Yeah, just not no sheeps are going out. Let me see. You're taking too much damage. You need to slow down the game. You need to Nova the pets too. Not Novaing pets, not sheeping anything. You'll have to block here, of course. Miss kick, that's unfortunate. Like here, an ice wall would be so nice. If you get a clean ice wall here, it turns the tides completely. You could still like. I mean, this game's going so bad, but like you could still it's still winnable because an ice wall is so much value. Cancel the ice wall, CS MD, juke a kick, sheep the hunter, Nova the pets, juke death, get the sheep on the healer. You just have to make shit happen. When you a lot of times when you sheep the off target too, like you force fade and death from the healer for free because they think you're sheeping them when you're playing in. So like you're killing two birds with one stone because not only are you sheeping the guy, the hunter, or for example, to slow down the game, but you're getting a death with that one cast, right? And then now you can sheep the healer and shit can open up while you're slowing down the game, while you're being proactive. Because like you're gonna die anyways, right? Like you're gonna eventually start losing because these classes are just have more like raw damage and momentum than you do. That's how I look at it. So yeah, definitely look to open things up more, open more windows. Okay, so this is a R Druid lobby. R Druid Prez. Okay, this is a little different. R Druids are sometimes actually really good to hit and swap as well. Oh, yeah, this is Frost gameplay. I haven't played any Frost this season. Did you mean to send Frost gameplay? Yeah, I haven't played any Frost. I wasn't sure you wanted Frost gameplay, but yeah, I haven't played any Frost this season, so like might be a bit awkward. Yeah, I mean, it kind of plays the same as it did last season, I guess, but let me pull up a game from my perspective. And like I think it'll be really good for me to give you examples of what I'm doing to open up windows, like with a comparison, you know? What was a day where I had a lot of fire shuffle? There was a day where I just played a shit ton of games. This could be one of them. It was one of the days. Find a good lobby here. Let's find a hunter game. Double rat. No hunter lobbies. That's surprising. Let's see, hold on. Let's see another VOD. Splits. Oh, this seems like kind of an AIDS lobby, but I think we're doing good in this one. It's a hunter, yeah. It's a red hunter lobby in a small map, which is really hard. This is 2600 lobby. I 5-1 it, so let's take a look here. There's got to be some examples of opening windows. I think like I know we're trying to review yours, but I think reviewing from my perspective and showing examples is just as valuable, if not more, after we've done an hour of your POV. So let's take a look. Okay, so I alter high. I actually trinket there to make sure I can line and keep my alter. I alter back and I sheep the sleep. So making sure there's no gaps on the CC. It breaks, unfortunately. There's Ross. I instantly swap Hunter. You see that? Instantly, because this is during my bust right here. I lock Priest. I get kicked Arcane. Let me go back here, though. You see how like I bust and he PS's and he Rosses? See how I bust to force a Ross and I instantly switch? And now I'm able to do my full rotation right now on the Hunter. I do get glared and kicked Arcane. I Valve port to the pillar. Hyperthermia window, spam pyros. And then see how I like got the sheep off the sleep, no gaps, guarantee. Shift everything back. Let's see if I have any good mass polys or ice walls. I'm still not like the best with mass poly. I forget about it sometimes because I don't play it as the other specs. A juke death here. Oh, he hexed and then he broke the hex with death, unfortunately. Let's see how like the hunter's on poly DR right now. You see that? I'm kiting. I get topped. I knock. Probably alter here soon. We stun everything. We get a sleep. A fireball. I'm playing fast cast fireball too. We half sleep and a sheep off that. Okay, I get kicked. I Nova him. Yeah, I sheep the hunter. I ring the priest. He actually doesn't death it. So I sheep the hunter and ring the priest, and the pets are all rung too. I ice wall. See how I ice wall now? The priest is like stuck here. He's trying to break the wall with shadow damage. I swap the hunter because of mass, because of spell bop. Okay, so the red has nothing but bubble now. I'm just doing laps, just lining, shifting. I block now. I try to like shift my shield back there, but it was too far away. I come out early to try to sheep to sleep. I get kicked. Last cast fireball. Okay, he bubbles. Okay, he stuns. Hyperthermia. Spamming pyros. I have to play a little safe here. I port back into the link. I have shield here. Should probably mirror image too. I Nova, ring all the pets. Kind of sketchy because the priest can death and walk in, but I needed to get these pets off me here because I'm about to die. I lock Shadow and I free sheep. So like Death and Fade are on Shadow's school. So if you lock Shadow, which a lot of priests are all playing Void Eater now, so they actually open up their Shadow school a lot. So if you just lock a Mind Blast and Void Blast here, you just lock it. Now they can't. They're forced to eat the sheep. They can't fear you. They can't fade. They can't death. So that's really good way to open up CC. They all cast shadows right now. I get kicked on my re. He gets slept. I proc. I shield. I wall. And I bust. And he dies. That was such a close game, though. You see how, like, if you're not rotating your defensives super clean and positioning well, and also landing CC on the healer, it's like so hard to win, right? But you'll see, like, throughout the match, I mean, I didn't sheep the off target that much this game because it's a bit awkward to sheep a hunter while going red sometimes. But I did do a few DDR rotations, so same thing here. Except it's the shaman version. Try to eat the trap, but I pre-positioned myself. He did pre-PS it. Okay, we got lay here. See how I haven't even busted yet? Look at my action bars here. Look at my Phoenix Flames and Fire Blast usage. I'm getting them. I'm using the charges first because I get them back all of it, right? We slept the healer. Like, look at the dragon pop CDs and we forced Trinket and Lay from the red. I haven't even busted yet. I haven't even busted yet. I juke kick now. I kill the ground. I sheep the healer. Look at now. See what I did there? So I ring all the pets. I try to ring all the pets. I get war stomped. I have an altar at 100%. I juke kick, right? I kill ground. I altar back. I blink in and get the sheep during my precog. I have full sheep now, and now I bust. You see that? Now full sheep bust. And if he's not Rossing, but if he Ross here, I would just swap the hunter. Okay, there it is. There's the Ross, and I just instantly swap the hunter. You see that? I get hodged. I will displace port here. Now I'm cranking the hunter right now. I'm not going to hit a Ross target. And look at now we get sack, we get feint, forcing cooldowns. I'm lining. I Nova the pets. I shift in the room. I get kicked. I DB the red to micro and knock them all away. Knock all the pets, everything. I get PS. I juke. Now I can kill ground and sheep free again. Look at another full sheep on the healer. All I had to do is juke one time and kill a ground. Let's look at poly DRs here. I go back 3, 2. I pre-juke before it. The DR just reset and now he's full sheep. You see how the DRs are being rotated like with very little gap in between. I'm playing on top of them even though it's a red and a hunter. Now we dragonfly. Now we force bubble. The shaman sat 3 polys there. You see that? Now I have no DRs. Now I play safe. Now I run. I have altar up. I just shifted. I shifted earlier. I alter back CS the lasso. Hyperthermia. I can DB everything here. I don't have DB for 4. I kill the tide. Very good to kill tides. It's a lot of healing. And knock everything. I have full sheep free there somehow. He trinkets. I ring everything. I ice wall. I kind of mess up the ice wall there. I try to chop them. I bust here. He gets Ross. Now I hit the hunter. Look at this. So I have bust now. I bust here. As soon as the Ross goes out, I don't even care if the red is 38% right now. I'm not going to waste my Fire Blast and Phoenix stacks. I'm going to just hit the hunter here. Hyperthermia. Going back red now, because hyperthermia, it's okay to hit into Ross because you get free pyros anyways. I have to block before caught. Nice. We have poly DRs. Let's see. I free sheep. And a lot of times when there's this much damage going out and the game is so fast paced, even though the shaman has shear, he like forgets to shear because my polycast is so fast. Even at high ratings, this happens. You can get free sheep sometimes because they're not ready for it. Breaks. I resheep. He full sleeps now. We get magic bomb. I swap the hunter. I alter 58. I shift mine the pillar. Oh, I trinketed. He time stopped me here, which is really good. But then I trinketed while time stopped. I'm trying to trinket the Hodge, which is fine because I do trinket the Hodge anyways. I get PS. Okay, I have no cooldowns here. I gotta be careful. I mirror image to every button. I have no defensives left. I slow the pets. I sheep the hunter. See how I'm rotating polys? The red was on ring DR. I'm back in the open. I'm trying to kill. I bust in 2 seconds, and I know this position. I bust now. Should close out the game. He Rossed. I swap, but the red dies anyways because he was so low. That's a situation where you might not need to swap. But in case he doesn't die, it's better that I full max pump the other target. Because if he dies and I've run out of charges, it's kind of sketchy. But you see how intense it is? Like, I'm so close to dying, but I'm still sheeping everything off DR, and I'm still close to dying. At this MMR, imagine I didn't sheep at all, like the game I would have lost a long time ago at this MMR. Like, I'm having to sheep this much to even barely live. And I'm sheeping the healer off DR almost. Like, I'm doing goes every 20 seconds. Like, I definitely would have lost if I'm not doing this. Hodge, I attempt the ring to eat kick, and then I sheep. I gapped it, but he didn't death or fade. Always good to do. Cast ring first. I mass poly. Look at that. Mass poly the entire zoo. It's so good versus BM hunters. And like, I use it to half sheep, re the healer, and sheep all the pets. And I DB all the pets. I know them behind the ice wall here now. Look how much we're getting. Look how much we're getting. He just dies with ice wall. I mean, he should have turtled there, but you see what I mean? Like, we get turtled that early in the game because he also doesn't wall. He's kind of trolling a bit, but you see what I mean, though? I'm controlling the priest by myself. The priest is out of the game for how long? So let's see. Let's do some math here. Like before I even bust, right? The priest is okay, 5-second Hajj, 6-second poly, so that's 11 seconds CC. The 3-second poly, 14 seconds of CC, 15.5 seconds of CC into 18.5 seconds of CC total into an Ice Wall Nova. Like the priest hasn't played the game for 20. Now I bust. Now I bust, right? And if he Ross and Wall, I just swap the dev. It's like you have to like abuse your CC. The priest was out of the game for 20 seconds there, and then the hunter just trolls and doesn't press anything. But the Ice Wall Nova is really good. If he dispels a Nova, then you can blast wave him if you have a good angle, like further away. Right here, I Nova the pets. I get my altar purge. I get intimed. Shield. Okay, he Ross. See what I mean? The hunter Rossed already, and I haven't even busted. A lot of hunters will do this. Like the good hunters will save it for bust, but like most hunters, a lot of shuffle hunters don't know any better, so they just Ross out of habit. And now I just wait. Now I just wait. I ring the blind maybe. I ring off the blind. Now I'm using all my charges right now, Fire Blast and Phoenix Flames into it because I don't care right now because it's gonna all reset when I bust. Now I bust after the Ross ends, and now I get to send the entire bust and with an Ice Wall on the Shaman. You see that? I'll do all 3 DRs into DB and then Ice Wall to continue the CC chain. You can also utilize the wall to line the hunter. I get bopped. I kind of line my healer there, which is a bit awkward. You get the Hajj, and now I can sheep this because Poly DR is ending same time. See, yeah, the second Poly DR ends on Shaman. You see it again, right? You see what I'm trying to say here? There's my Poly DR. It just ends. A second later, he's rung now. He trinkets. I re-sheep everything. Half sheep with mass poly. See how proactive I'm playing? Quarter poly. DB. Hyperthermia proc. I'm just going to alter and line right now because I have no DRs now. Maybe kill the tide. No. Juke kick. Juke both kicks there. Sham's off DR. Let's see what happens. I kill the ground. I might have to block here. Okay, I block before cauterize. We get the Hajj. I probably come out early to sheep. Yeah, it's worth. It breaks. He turtles. See how like even though I'm low here, I come out to sheep because it's so important that I get to sheep here. They have no kicks except sheer, but he's Hajjed. Like it's so important that I come out and CC him no gaps, but it breaks. We get turtle anyways. Sham's like literally CC'd off DR. I have bust now. The hunter also has no Ross. I bust. He links. Kill the link. Shield. DB everything. Trying to ring. I get kicked, so now I mass poly. You see that? I always go for DB ring first if I have it to bait kicks, and then I'll cast Arcane, whether it be poly or mass poly. In this case, mass poly is insane because the entire zoo is on me. I mass poly everything, including the hunter, but it doesn't matter because it's going to break. He actually trinkets it anyways. But now we get to do our go, and I slow down the game. Look at how healthy we are because his whole pets and zoo are CC'd. Already like 2 examples of mass poly getting tons of value. Pets are like permanently rooted or sheeped. Okay, wait, let me go back here. Oh, this is so sketchy. So right here, my priest gets stunned. So I blink away. My priest gets stunned into the trap. I'm at 10% no block. But I look at the timing of it. I port back a bit early now. I port back for the heal and back into my healer's line. He gets a swap off. It's so hectic, these games. I alter at 67. I shift everything back. Alter gets purged. I blink. I shield. I caught procs. I DB everything, trying to ring. I get it. I miss it on the Sham, but I knock him. Oh, and he just dies. Okay. It's so hectic. The games are just so much going on. It's like you see all the little micro things that I'm doing though, right? And like how I'm rotating my DRs. It just has to be more, you have to be more aggro. Because by playing more passive, you actually still die. So by playing aggro in their face and getting DRs out, allows you to keep up with their momentum. Yeah, I alter first global and I sheep and I blink behind him so I can avoid a shear here. Sometimes you can do that, just sheep and then blink behind. They don't expect it and you get a free sheep. It happens. And then like I bust late here. After I use some charges, I sheep again. DB into ice wall now. Oh my god. Okay, we got lay on hands with that because of the ice wall. I use it to extend my CC chain. Poly DB ice wall. I usually don't start with it unless it's like the map calls for it. Like if I'm completely locking them out on Tolvier or Mugambala trap into a half ring, you get bubble. See how I'm just playing on top of them? And then look at the dev. The dev is even on poly DR, which means I sheeped him 18 seconds ago. I lock him now. And probably now I sheep him again off DR full. Probably sheep the spell. Yeah. Slowing down the game. Especially dragons, they do so much damage. It's good to just sheep them 3 times off DR, slow down the game. Especially on their dragon rage. We're going red here because he has no bubble. I DB both. I try to juke shear here. I juke it. I kill ground, I sheep the Sham here. Yeah, I'm playing proactive. Going in, juking shit, getting CC. Like making shit happen, man. Opening windows, knock everything. Sheep the dragon again. You see that? Dragon trinkets. Like these random sheeps also just force trinkets for free. Kill the link. And I'm like randomly casting polys in between my rotation to bait a kick. And if I get a precog, that gives me a window to breathe. He magic bops. I think he linked, but he ran out. They didn't get the link value. I DB. I knock him into the ring. And see, look at this. Double ring into double mass poly. Let's go back here. This is the shit you can do with it. Double DB. The DB breaks. I ring. So I miss it on the Sham, but I knock him into the ring. Magic Pop ends on the ret. I semi-scorch. Double mass poly half on them. And then I quarter sheep. Oh, I didn't quarter sheep. Intim's the ice wall now. Get glared. Gets binding. I port. Tide's ticking. I shift everything back. Again, look at the dev. He's on poly DR. I probably sheep soon something. Either the Sham or the dragon. Okay, I sheep the dragon here. Slow down the game. Now I push in. Knock the Sham into the open. Make him easier to maybe trap him. I half sheep the dragon. I DB. Try to ring. I get sheared frost, so I full sheep. I lock the dragon. I resheep. And he just dies. Okay. Yeah, so see how proactive I'm playing? I think we lose the next game. But like, I think it gets my point across. Just have to be way more proactive. And I play like this in like 80% of my lobbies. So, yeah, I'm not sure if you wanted me to review Frost. I don't know if I should review Frost because I haven't been playing it, so I don't know how like the tempo of the matches go. Like, I don't want to give wrong info. So maybe we just stop it here for now. We're at 80 minutes. I can send you a message and ask you like if you want me to review these, I can also do that now. But I think we end it here. We could save the rest of the time for more reviews after.